Welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. It is SmackDown, and it is the go-home show for WWE Backlash, our first PLE rapidly approaching, as we have a stacked show for you here tonight. Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka of Damage Control take on Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Naomi. Jimmy Uso goes one-on-one with JD McDonough. Grayson Waller and Randy Orton run it back. Jacob Fatu takes on Andrade, and in our main event, Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor, the WWE Championship Round Robin Tournament, continues as we start our show. 6-woman tag team action starts off SmackDown as here comes Damage Control, Kairi Sane, Asuka, and the new Women's United States Champion in Dakota Kai defeated Naomi a couple weeks back to win that championship, become the first ever Women's United States Champion, and they are here to take on the Judgment Day and Naomi. Liv Morgan out here first. Morgan had I believe, big victory over B-Fab in the first week, suffered a loss alongside Raquel Rodriguez last week to Kairi Sane and Asuka in tag team action. She and Raquel are looking for a little bit of revenge in this contest, and they will team with Naomi, of course. More on that in a second, but here comes Raquel Rodriguez. Took the pinfall in the qualifying tag team match for the Women's US title, but she's looking to not lose too much momentum there, to remain active in the US title picture. Of course, Liv Morgan hunting for that Women's World title. I believe we might have somewhat of an update on the World title picture, WWE Women's title picture after this contest. Raquel Rodriguez is here, as is Naomi, who, of course, has had her problems with the Judgment Day in the past. Not a particular fan of them, but she said when asked about teaming with the Judgment Day, she said that she has a hatred for Damage Control after what Dakota Kai did to her, defeating her for that Women's US title. She's holding a grudge over Dakota Kai's head. She wants that US title, and she's willing to do anything to get it, including partnering up with the Judgment Day, who she does not see eye to eye with. Dakota Kai and Liv Morgan going to start this contest off as Kai with a big kick. Women's US title, of course. Women's US Champion, I should say, as Morgan takes advantage. Just shoves or throws Kai out. And tag to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, of course, gonna be, like I said, gunning for that US title, as is Naomi. Dakota Kai has quite the big target on her back in this match alone, but she's gonna go after Rodriguez, going for the arm there, the shoulder. Dakota, Irish whips Rodriguez into her corner, tag to Asuka. Of course, first time we are personally seeing Asuka. She and Kairi defeated Rodriguez and Morgan last week. As Asuka gonna go for Rodriguez and lifts her up. Asuka just gonna play it slow on the bigger woman, of course. If they're going to have Rodriguez, the legal woman, in the match, they're going to want to wear her down. She is the strongest threat they have, as Kai back in now. Dakota and Asuka work together. Big hip toss and kicks as Rodriguez kicks her away. Raquel, roll up, small package here. What? No. Dakota Kai, of course, if you remember, won the US title off of a roll up. Would have been a bit of karma there, in Naomi's eyes at least. Big clothesline. Raquel lifts her up again. Second clothesline. Not done there. Dakota up for a third. Rodriguez now on a vertical basis and has Dakota Kai right where she wants her. Rodriguez gonna lift her up, wearing her down. Doesn't want to get Asuka or Kairi in the match, but Dakota, turnabout's fair play, small package of her own, and doesn't get a 1 count. Dakota, whoa, playing possum there was Rodriguez. Raquel, gonna just gather Dakota up into the corner there. Dakota reverses. Kai she's gonna look to be a fighting champion, and she's looking at two of her biggest contenders on the roster right now. I mean, it's very packed SmackDown women's roster, but you got to think Rodriguez and Naomi, as Naomi, speak of the devil, is in the match now. Kai perched, she just gets down. Naomi gonna take the fight to the women's US champion. It's a packed women's division, but Naomi and Rodriguez gonna just look to be their top contenders for that title. 1, 2, no. Dakota almost went down from a dropkick, shades of Seth Rollins last week. Naomi, ooh, big spinning leg drop. There, Naomi. Now gonna look to get the champion up. Kairi Sane, of course, yet to be in this match. Asuka was in for a brief moment. Enziguri from Naomi. Naomi, whoa. Big elbow ring, shoulder ring from Kai, who has Naomi up, lifts her up. Bulldog from Dakota Kai, the champion, taking advantage, and Kairi Sane is in. Now, Naomi eats a big forearm from Sane, who's just going to go in for the cover. 1. No, Sane wants this over with. Doesn't want her friend, teammate, tag partner, and women's US champion Dakota Kai to endure too much damage here. Wants this over quickly. Damage control member Asuka in now. Knees to the back of Naomi there. Just reverse face plant, or I guess back of the head plant there for Naomi, but Naomi, big face buster, there we go. Naomi now taking the fight to Asuka. Asuka been so dangerous before in her career, very storied career. She's a veteran. She has been one of the most dangerous women in all of the sport. Naomi, perhaps taking that for granted a little bit. Asuka now showing her what she's made of. Big kicks, combination to Naomi. As Asuka gonna now send Naomi into the damage control corner. Damage control so good at this tag rotation. Asuka, big boot there. Naomi back up, but Kai scouts it. Damage control, the frequent tags, keeping everybody fresh and not letting the opponent team tag out as frequently. Keeping Naomi down, wearing her down, wearing Rodriguez down before. They're gonna do a shoulder ring, big kicks, combo, huge, boots to the back of Naomi. Asuka gonna go for the cover. She's gonna put her feet on the ropes. 1. No, Naomi gets the shoulders up. But Asuka sending her right back into the damage control corner. They are not giving her an inch. Asuka, Naomi now. Dakota Kai in. Elbows synchronized to Naomi. Dakota Kai gonna look to inflict some damage on one of her potential challengers. Snapmare. Or Blockbuster, I suppose. Dakota? Oh, the boot got caught. Naomi, big kick to the head of Dakota Kai. I think she's busted open now after that. As Naomi finally might be able to tag in Liv Morgan back in the match for the first time since the beginning. They're going to work together a little bit. Back body drop sends the champ flying. She is most definitely busted open now. She's going to roll to the outside of the ring. But Morgan, big suicide dive, taking the fight to Dakota Kai. Io Sky is also supposed to be at ringside, but she's not. Codebreaker from Liv Morgan, who's just going to hop back in the ring now, willing to take a count out, it looks like. She's going to go try to dispose of Asuka and Sane. Morgan, oh god, big stunner. Stuns Sane on the ropes as Dakota Kai recovers. She's going to taunt a little bit, get the crowd fired up, hyped back up as she's going to make her way back into the ring. Morgan, taunting. Dakota Kai taking all the time she can. Roll up from Dakota Kai. Liv Morgan caught off guard a bit. 1, no, not even a 1. Morgan perhaps got a little busy gloating. Fireman's carry, takedown for Kai. As Morgan is just gonna... Whoa. Oh. Submission move. No! My goodness. Innovative from Liv Morgan. I don't even know what to call that. Dakota could have gotten the hot tag there. Morgan's gonna scale the ropes. Big drop kick there. Shades of what we saw from Rey Mysterio on Monday. I believe. Maybe he didn't. I don't remember. But Liv Morgan. She's gonna lift Kai up. Nope. Dakota with a roll up again. It's gonna be it for Morgan. 1. No. Liv powers out of it. Dakota regaining control now. Lifts her up. Could have been looking for that GTK there. Morgan, snapmare. Big drop kick to the side of the head of Dakota Kai. Liv now. Measuring her. Side kick. Dakota counters with a clothesline. High intensity match here. None of these women willing to give an inch. Dakota getting a kick for a reason. Now she's just going to retreat. Tags Asuka back in. Not what you wanted to see if you were Liv Morgan. You wanted to keep Dakota Kai in the match worn down. But Asuka back in. Morgan taking the fight to her. Just jabs. Snapmare. Now gonna work on Asuka. It looks like, what in the world is happening here? Oh gosh, just pulling on the hair and the shoulders, looking to extend the shoulders of the Empress. Rodriguez back in the match. She's had some time to recover and recoup. But Asuka takes her down. Big takedown. What's a tackle of sorts? Asuka. Snapmare. Big kick to the back of Rodriguez. Asuka now retreats to her corner. Kairi Sane back in the match. And Judgment Day, sorry, not Judgment Day, Damage Control doing such a good job keeping everybody fresh as Kairi Sane back in the corner. Of course, very noticeable size difference between Sane and Rodriguez. Rodriguez, big German suplex right to the neck area of Kairi Sane. Rodriguez gonna hype the crowd up. They jeer her pretty heavily. Lifts Kairi up. Reverses Kairi Sane despite being the much smaller woman. Oh, handspring! Tilt-a-whirl! Head scissors! Sends Rodriguez flying. Sane bringing the fight to the much larger woman. Wheelbarrow stunner. Beautiful maneuver from Kairi Sane, who is just going to hype the crowd up as Rodriguez looks for the hot tag, gets it to Liv Morgan back in the match. Morgan, whoa! Kicks Sane down. Oh! Codebreaker! Knees to the face! And now Liv going up top. What could she be looking for here? She's scouting Sane. Kairi getting back to her feet. Big drop kick. No, Sane has it scouted. Kairi back into the damage control corner. Sane just gonna scout her. Big shoulder tackle. Sane is walking the plank. Measuring Liv. Sliding elbow from Kairi Sane. She has her right where she wants her. All Sane needs to do is scale that top rope. She's indecisive though, unable to get there. Her partner's in the top rope, or near the top rope, unable to really capitalize. But Sane's gonna go for the cover anyways. One. No, Liv Morgan kicks out. Kairi Sane was looking for that insane elbow. This match has gone on for quite a bit. The screen's going a little dark. As Morgan. STO. Sane looking for the hot tag. Morgan tags Naomi in. In comes Asuka. Both women relatively fresh. It's Naomi. Rear view right away. Naomi blindsides Asuka with the rear view. That could be enough. She gets into that cover. She's gonna, but Kairi Sane back up to break it up. That could have been trouble for Asuka. Sane back outside. Naomi could be measuring her. Asuka. Elbows to the side of Naomi's head. And lifts her up. Face plant. Goodness gracious, sort of a alternate back suplex. Asuka. Spinning heel kick. Runs the ropes. Hip attack. Hip attack to Naomi. Giving her a little taste of her own medicine. One. No, Liv Morgan breaks things up. Wants this victory. Of course, things have been a little personal with her and Rodriguez and Damage Control as of late. Of course, the Kabuki Warriors getting that victory. Naomi springboard dropkick. Asuka's head just rebounded against those ropes, it looked like. It's Naomi. Gonna send Asuka flying across the ring. Asuka to the outside. Naomi going up top. High risk, high reward for Naomi, but she scouted Dakota Kai. Dakota steps off the apron, gonna taunt Naomi now. Naomi going for Sane. Big personal grudge with Damage Control, it seems. Naomi. Oh, gosh. A little bit of a front neck breaker from Naomi. Into the corner is Asuka. Not where she wants to be. Tagged to Rodriguez. Raquel. Oh, just a big boot to the gut of Asuka. And... oh my goodness! The powerbomb from Raquel Rodriguez as Dakota Kai takes the wrong woman out. 2. No, she broke it up in time, just barely. From the Chingona bomb from Raquel Rodriguez, that could have been enough to put Asuka away. Dakota Kai saving her teammate there. What a chaotic contest this has been. And I believe mid-match here, we have a post from the anonymous SmackDown general manager. Recent developments between the Judgment Day and Damage Control have given me a perfect idea. At Backlash, the WWE Women's Championship will be decided in a match between Io Sky and Liv Morgan. What's more is that the match will be decided in an Extreme Rules match. Wow! What an announcement mid-match from the anonymous SmackDown general manager. Kairi Sane with a crossbody spear sort of maneuver. 1, 2. No, Rodriguez just barely kicks out. Huge bombshell match. Io Sky, of course, supposed to be ringside. She got, maybe, let's say she got attacked by the Judgment Day prior to the matches. Rodriguez, sidewalk slam backbreaker, just gonna wrench on Kairi Sane. Liv Morgan she doesn't even know about this. She's gonna be competing at Backlash in an Extreme Rules match for the Women's Championship. Oh my goodness. Huge contest here as Sane is going to take the fight to Liv Morgan. Morgan back in the ring now, as is Kairi Sane. Needs to possibly tag out. Sane's been in there for a little bit. She's just going to go for a shoulder breaker on Liv Morgan. Again, I mean, not that they didn't have incentive before, but if Damage Control knew about this, they'd certainly have incentive to bring the beat down on Liv Morgan, who kips up. Spear to Morgan. Sane, another huge spear. 1. No, Naomi with the breakup there. Kairi Sane is on a roll. Morgan, Oblivion. Nails her with Oblivion. That could be all. Into the cover. 1, 2. Asuka breaks it up. Will this contest ever end? Asuka breaking the fall as Liv could just be looking for another Oblivion, but Sane ducks out of the way. The kicks to the leg of Morgan has her prone in the corner. Sane. Morgan reverses. Liv eats a back fist from Kairi Sane. Goes immediately limp there. Kairi gonna taunt as Rodriguez is back in. Possibly a foolish mistake from Kairi Sane, but Rodriguez is just gonna measure her, give her time to complete her taunt. Gonna do some flexing of her own as Dakota Kai is in Women's US Champion. Back in the ring, big pump kick to from Dakota Kai. Rodriguez stunted. Irish whip. Rodriguez reverses it. Goes for Sane. Sane counters. She's gonna just scrap with Rodriguez a little bit. Sane needs to get out of the ring in case they get disqualified. Rodriguez, huge power bomb. That could be all. 1, 2. Kairi Sane breaks it up just barely. Rodriguez gotta be fuming. I mean, all 6 of these women have to be absolutely spent by now. Big opening contest here. What a match. One of the better matches we've seen as Rodriguez whiffs the double axe handle. Into the Judgment Day corner is Dakota Kai. Liv Morgan back in the ring now. Punch to the abdomen of Dakota Kai. Dakota reverses. Liv does the same. Strikes. Oblivion! This could be all. 1, 2. Damage Control not going for the save. The Judgment Day and Naomi pick up the victory. Liv Morgan pinning the Women's United States Champion. That has to be some good momentum going into Backlash, where we now know she will challenge for the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky, possibly recovering backstage, has to be pretty irate. She wasn't able to join her Damage Control cohorts as the Judgment Day and Naomi stand tall to begin SmackDown in a barn burner of a contest. What a contest to start SmackDown off tonight as Damage Control falls to the team of the Judgment Day and Naomi. We must move on. Jimmy Uso looking for a little bit of redemption after falling to Dominic Mysterio in the United States Championship qualifying match last week in very short order. He takes on JD McDonough of the Judgment Day, and Uso gets a little bit of a lick back. My controller batteries are low, but Jimmy Uso's batteries are high as he gets some momentum back after the loss. A couple weeks back, Grayson Waller pulled off a massive upset on Randy Orton. Of course, fell to Braun Strowman last week. But Waller is being seeked out for revenge by Randy Orton. Let's see if Orton can get that. And Orton does. Evens up the score with Grayson Waller. Big RKO. Put Waller away. Jacob Fatu and Andrade, 2 of the 4 men who will battle it out for the U.S. title in a fatal 4-way match at Backlash. Go head-to-head, and Jacob Fatu makes quick work of Andrade. The absolute monster is Jacob Fatu as he defeats Andrade. Gains some momentum going into tomorrow's U.S. title match. But it is time for our main event, the end of round 2 of the WWE Round Robin Tournament. McIntyre is the only man without a score. Finn Balor has 1 point, Cody Rhodes has 1 point, Seth Rollins has 1 point. McIntyre, you could argue, needs this to stay in the running. Of course, tomorrow night at Backlash, Rhodes will take on McIntyre, Rollins will take on Balor in the finals of the tournament. We will find out who will challenge for the WWE Championship at Backlash. Will it be Drew McIntyre or Finn Balor gaining some momentum and an extra point going into that contest? We'll find out. In the opening edition of SmackDown, Drew McIntyre fell to Seth Rollins despite attacking Rollins before the match. He's had 2 weeks off since then. If McIntyre loses this, he could very well be out of contention for the WWE Championship. He would need a miracle to even be able to qualify, really. McIntyre needs this victory as he goes into Backlash. Tomorrow night, he will take on Cody Rhodes in round 3 of the tournament. Balor will take on Rollins. But will Drew McIntyre even have a reason to fight? He's facing a very game Finn Balor. Balor, of course, defeated Cody Rhodes a couple weeks back. Big upset, I would say. He took 3 crossroads on the outside and a pedigree, still recovered and got the victory. Finn Balor could be a different man in this series, as he is here, leather jacket clad, sporting some old attire, less so his Judgment Day gear. Of course, hoping to make the Judgment Day's night a little better. JD McDonough falling to Jimmy Uso earlier in the night. Balor looking to take the lead. He would have the lead through 2 rounds. If he takes down Drew McIntyre, he would have 2 points to Rollins 1 and Rhodes 1. McIntyre, of course, 0. But McIntyre is game, so let's find out who will take this one home. McIntyre, Balor. Final match before Backlash. Let's find out who gets the victory. Finn Balor. McIntyre, ooh, goes big forearm there, chop. Pele kick right off the bat. Finn Balor is game this series. Just digging the boot into the gut of McIntyre. Finn Balor is not playing around. He does not want to be a joke in this series. He doesn't want to be Finn Balor here. But McIntyre looking to make that the case. Big knee to the head. Takes advantage now. McIntyre, of course, has the size advantage, has the strength advantage. Balor, no stranger to facing off against bigger competitors, but McIntyre, an angry, motivated, bitter man after a defeat to Seth Rollins. They're going to lock up now. McIntyre, oof, Balor gets the upper hand, wrenches on the shoulder and arm of McIntyre. McIntyre gonna look to try and escape this Balor. Oh, he does. McIntyre gives him the same treatment. Taste of his own medicine here, gets Finn Balor. And McIntyre's just gonna wrench it again, just hammering in on that arm of Finn Balor. He's gonna try and fight back, but McIntyre just has that strength advantage. We'll see if Balor can do anything. Yes, he does. Locks in the arm hold here, trying to wear McIntyre down. Big chain wrestling sequence. Oh, huge. Slick kicks the leg out from under McIntyre. Of course, if you remember, this is how Balor's match with Rhodes went. Big senton there. Springboard. It was very chain wrestling heavy, and then they just started hitting their biggest moves, but Balor gets his throat whipped against the top rope. McIntyre telling him, stay in his lane. Drew just gonna stomp on the arm of Finn Balor as McIntyre lifts him up, gut wrench, powerbomb, sits out with it. My God, that would be able to put lesser men away than Finn Balor, but McIntyre knows that that wouldn't be enough to put away Finn Balor, especially not this Finn Balor. But he's going to do it again. Oops. How did I do this? Oops. Wait, go back. Go back. Oh no. Oh no. What did I do? Wait, where's the... No, no, no. Let me back. Switch target. No, not the free camera. Help. Make it normal again. I'm losing track of the match. Well, there we go. Oh my goodness. My apologies as McIntyre just powerbombs Balor onto the ground. Really undercutting that moment. Big code breaker from Finn Balor. Shades of fellow Judgment Day member Liv Morgan earlier tonight, as Balor is going to look to lock in a clover leaf on McIntyre on the outside. Of course, if he taps, it won't matter, but just looking to wear down the Scottish psychopath. McIntyre, speaking of wearing him down, Future Shock! Finn Balor can't escape eating these finishers on the outside. Will McIntyre have the wherewithal to get Finn back in the ring, though, for the Claymore? Drew back in the ring, count of 6, and he's just gonna go for the cover there, rightfully so. On the concrete went Balor's head. 1, 2, Finn kicks out. What are they feeding Finn Balor backstage? He is a different man this season, but McIntyre, Claymore kick, might just put Finn Balor away. 1, 2, Finn Balor kicks out. Oh my god. Finn Balor kicked out of a Future Shock on the ground and Sling Blade huge. And a Claymore kick. Balor is a different man. Finn, springboard, drop kick. Yeah, Cody Rhodes put Seth Rollins away with that last week. Maybe Finn will do the same. 1. No, Drew, not gonna let that fly. He knows he has to win this match. Balor, McIntyre has the urgency. Balor doesn't necessarily need to win this. If Balor loses, everybody's tied up, and then Balor would still have to beat Seth Rollins, but McIntyre is effectively out of the tournament, barring a miracle. If he loses here tonight, McIntyre, such an urgency about him, and he's gonna lift Balor up and just send him face first into the turnbuckle. Drew now lifts him up, just slams him down, ragdolling the smaller man. McIntyre is gonna... Huge leg drop. Will the referee get out of the way, please? McIntyre. Now, this could be all. McIntyre was just toying with Balor for a little bit. Claymore kick! Second Claymore! Hard to see Balor escaping from this one. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre evens the score. And here is the score. 1, 1, 1, 1. Here's the situation. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor at Backlash. The winners of those matches will challenge for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre has saved his run. And that is going to be the end of SmackDown. SmackDown may be over with, but before we end, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. Review the Backlash card, our first PLE coming up shortly. We will begin Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, WWE Championship Round Robin Tournament, Round 3. Winner of this match advances, as does the winner of Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. We'll get to that. Ivar and Eric, the War Raiders, take on the Street Profits for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. Big action coming up there. Andrade, Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu, Dominic Mysterio. U.S. title match, Fatal 4-Way. Huge contest there. Lyra Valkyria takes on Nia Jax for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Extreme Rules match for the Women's World Championship. WWE Women's Championship. Liv Morgan, Io Sky just announced on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, winner, faces the winner of Rollins and Balor at Clash at the Castle. And in our main event, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, World Heavyweight Championship. Backlash coming up very shortly. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching.